Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where last episode we got ourselves a bit of damage, for sure. So this is currently the setup that we've got going on. This is just what was automatically done by Yang when we came back. And sure, I mean, the Scorpion is going to be out of commission for a while. We can do something kind of like this, and that would be okay. So at this point, we definitely need to tick forward one day. That'll finish up the Arctic Fox and give us an Argo upgrade. So let's do that. So there's structural repair done. That'll get us, I think... Did that get us a tech point? No, it didn't. Okay. Well, let's hop in here, and we should probably grab this first repair and refit option. That's another tech point here. That's a tech point here. In order to get this... Yeah, this is what we would really want. That gets us a second repair bay, so we can do two mechs simultaneously. That's a very big deal, but for that, we need this. This is expensive, but this gives us 50% efficiency on that second repair bay. So let's go ahead and get started on that. That's an expensive one, but I definitely want to get some of that going. So let's have that happen, and in the meantime, we can tick forward a few days here. The financial report is in 5 days, but we need to wait for our repairs to be done at this point. So we're going to tick forward a while here. Okay, so here's the financial report. That's going to hurt a little bit, but there we go. And we'll just stay on normal. I'm definitely not cranking up our pay at this time. So there we go, that looks good, and all of our mech warriors are back on full duty. So let's go ahead and do any mech warrior training that we might have. We'll just go through all of these real quick. Okay, Harmony can grab a point of tactics. Sounds good. Anybody else in here? Nope, that is it for now. Okay, sounds good. So now we're going to get our Mech Bay 2 upgrade finishing up now. And that's a very big deal, because that means that our second bay is now working at, well, 4 tech points at this moment. So at this time, we could start to grab some of this. This one alone would enable the second repair bay to work at 100%. I thought we needed this for that, but apparently not. So this one alone would do that. It's not super cheap, but this is definitely a good thing. Reduces penalty of restrictive upkeep on mech techs by 5%. Reduces penalty of Spartan upkeep on mech techs by 5%. I mean, we're unlikely going to be on restrictive or Spartan upkeep, but getting this second repair bay at 100% efficiency and gaining an additional tech point on top of that is a huge deal. So let's go ahead and do that. It's expensive. We've spent a lot of money, and we need to make some money back. No doubt about that. So let's hop into the Argo here and continue to tick forward. We've got 6 days on automation. 3, 2, okay. What is going on here? Oh, we're getting warned about Archangel not being good. We could talk to Archangel about the warning. And the warning, or Archangel just says, I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, sure. So our automation is going to be done here in 2 days, as soon as this event clears. There we go. 2 days here, and there's our automation done. Now what we need to do is get a cheap upgrade going. Something like, that's 360. That's 360. What's literally the cheapest upgrade? The storage space for 90k is pretty cheap. Betapod, we don't have yet. Must first purchase upgrade appointment from manufacturing planet and accept work order quote. Interesting. That's new. That was definitely not previously a thing that was happening. Okay, so that's good to know. And we're not going to be getting ourselves a spare leopard. Not yet, anyway. That's a lot of money. So 225 over here, this is 180k for a tech point. This is 200k for a tech point. We've got these training modules, and this is a good thing to invest in early on. I'm going to go ahead and get that. So that'll be fine, and now we need to wait until our Scorpion is done. And our Valkyrie is being worked on. And by the way, after last episode, when we came back in, I was forced to put, if we go into the mech bay here, I was forced to put our Flea into storage. We didn't have this bay available at that time, and so the Flea is just chilling down over here. Now, this Raptor could use repairs. And I want to take a look at it. I don't know that we want to actually do this right now. The large lasers are both still present. This is actually very cheap to get this thing back up and running. I wonder how hot this thing runs. It's running double heat sinks, but dual large lasers on a 25-tonner? Let's go ahead and validate that, and we'll get this going. Now, this entire time, it wouldn't have been being worked on, so we didn't lose any time there. We just needed to get in there, and our flea is currently in storage. I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. So that's in storage right now. I don't anticipate pulling it out of storage. It's a flea. So we're going to finish up our Valk. Well, we're going to finish the Scorpion. I don't care about finishing the Valk right now, because now we have ourselves 4 mechs that are good to go. And all we can deploy is 4 mechs. We don't have any vehicles to deploy, so this is absolutely fine as it is. And our Valkyrie and our Raptor are going to be ready very soon as backup mechs. So that sounds absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and deploy now. So we have what available for contracts? Ambush Convoy, not a bad option for us right now, actually. We're pretty fast moving. This smells political, huh? The target is Comstar. We don't want to make Comstar too angry. And we just did a mission against Comstar. This is a mission for Comstar against local government. And it's a capture base. That actually seems pretty straightforward. No free priority salvage, but I'll just sit here. That'll help us recover some of our previous very angry Comstar situations. So Hotshot's going to be in the Hoplite as usual. Hotshot, yeah, we have the Hoplite affinities going in there. So that all looks perfect. Let's go ahead and deploy this, and I will be back after it's done loading. Okay, so here we are, all loaded up. We are now ready to go. So we need to capture the logistics depot. We've been tracking the movement of several local government convoys, and that's allowed us to pinpoint their destinations. A hidden, well-defended logistics depot. This facility is a key supplier for logistics, or rather for local government forces in this region, and taking it from them will significantly damage their efforts against us. We'd like you to drop in, take the depot, and hold out against any enemy reinforcements. Okay, sounds good. So in we go here. Should be relatively straightforward.
Command interface
No active
initiated.
hostiles anywhere. The place looks deserted. Okay. So we're going to just drop in, like, in the water out over here. That seems okay. This is some terrible dropping. Let's drop here instead. I just don't want to be up on the rocks. It's possible that you get stuck up there. And, I mean, you can force your way out of it, but it's slow. So we're going to push our way up over this way. We don't move very swiftly through this water, of course, but we don't need to, because all we need to do is get up here and scout the depot. Looks like we're not going to have any turrets. Or, as of right now, any enemies at all. There's no garrison. Yep. The garrison was on patrol, and they're coming back. Okay, sounds good. So we need to occupy the base. That is our current primary mission, and there's a drop ship that's going to be inbound right here. So that's exciting. We're going to hop up over to here for now, and I'm just going to put the Arctic Fox up over here. Okay, so the depot has been occupied at this time, and now the question is, where is that garrison at? They're definitely around somewhere. I'm going to run up over this way. These guys can outpace these guys by a lot, but okay, here they come. But where? Okay, that's a commando, and that's not a huge threat. It's firing on our Hunchback. That is interesting. So these guys are going to have firing solutions right away. I like it. So our hoplite can position right out over here, and that puts us in ideal range of this Vulcan. The Vulcan just spawned in, so it's going to have, 12 evasive. For right now, that's probably not our best target. The Commando out here, we don't actually have LOS on. Oh. Okay. Well, that's awkward. We're going to potshot this Vulcan then. We're probably not going to hit. That's very sad. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Not like we expect much out of the hoplite anyway. It's a hoplite. So at this point, the Vulcan closes in a bit, fires on our hoplite, gets a little bit of damage down, stray shots our Hunchback. Very rude. Okay, so our Hunchy is going to hop up over here, and we're just going to hide out in these trees. Checking hit odds here gives us best hit odds on the Vulcan. So let's go ahead and fire on that. Not much damage there, to be honest. How did that Vulcan have cover? It got 10% damage reduction from cover there. Is that from shooting out of the trees? If so, that's a change in RogueTech that I don't recall being there before. We're going to sprint our Arctic Fox this direction because we need it down over here. And we're going to do the same with our Scorpion. The Scorpion can just sneak in an LOS here. It's not very significant. I don't think I'm even going to fire the SRM. We're just going to pot shot the ERPPC.
Taking the shot.
And we hit it. Wow. And exposed it CT, I think. No, that wasn't the CT. Okay. That was the torso. On the left side, I think. Yeah, that's the left torso. So that's absolutely fine. And the Arctic Fox, I don't want to park it where the dropship is going to be because we don't know when that dropship is coming in. But we're going to position right here. And I think we continue to fire on the Vulcan here. We could do a lot of damage to it. I don't think we're going to kill it, but let's see what happens. Ooh, right into that torso again. So that's a torso destruction on that Vulcan, and he is not a happy camper right now. I'm not even going to bother moving our hoplite. I'm just going to keep it still, and we're going to fire on this Vulcan again. We can do a lot of damage to it. Fully missed the SRM. That's unfortunate, but the autocannon did a good amount of damage to the Vulcan, and this commando's backing up, firing on our hoplite, and missing literally everything. We have no evasive on that hoplite, so that's nice. We'll take that.
What do you need,
the Scorpion needs to engage up over this way. I'd like to get into the water, but we can just position here for right now, and that's fine. And then we can go for the Vulcan, or we could go for the Cyclone, or we could go for the Commando. The Vulcan is by far the higher hit odds, so we're just going to take this. Okay, we got a gyro destruction there, and the pilot ejected. Okay, that was at least going to be a knockdown, no matter what. So that sounds good. Next up is the Cyclone. It moves in and attacks our hoplite, the PPC hitting the leg. Not a big deal there, all things considered. And that'll be fine. I'm going to move the Hunchback into the water, and we are going to just start alpha striking the Cyclone. We want to close in a little bit more on it, but for now, we'll just pot shot it and see what we get. One singular laser hit is not very much. So the Arctic Fox is also going to start moving into the water out over here, and we'll just position it about here for now. Once again, I'm going to alpha strike this. Decent PPC hit there in the arm, but not ideal. So they've only got 3 mechs here, and they're definitely going to bring in more reinforcements. That commando is just hiding up over here, and it can't actually do anything at this time. I don't love the hoplite's positioning. I'm going to move it up to here, and I want to see... Yeah, so we definitely fire on the Cyclone. And miss absolutely everything. Okay. Hit odds aren't great on this Cyclone. How much evasive does this thing have? 6? Okay. Well, it moves out into the trees out over there, so that's fine. We can try to sprint after it with the Hunchback, and that's going to affect how much we can actually damage this thing, but let's see what we get done there. One singular laser hit again. Okay, that's fine.
What do you need,
so at this point, I want the Scorpion to move out into the water over here, and these are very low hit odds, but we'll give it a go.
Time to press the alpha strike button?
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a thing. Okay, very soon they're going to bring in their reinforcements, but it's not yet. Commando fires on the Scorpion, gets a couple of SRM hits in there, not a big deal.
Don't worry, don't worry.
I'm noticing that our Scorpion is in cover here. So that must be what it is. Water must give partial cover now. That's very interesting. That means that it's very, 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 very good to be in water.
Waiting for orders.
Yes, water provides cover now. And I think it's a 10% reduction. So it's not as good as, like, trees, but water provides cover. That's huge. And that's how it works in the tabletop, too. So I like it. So that means that it's very, very good to be in water at all times.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, so we got a structure exposure on that commando. Our PPC hit, I think, the torso there. Yes, that was the torso. And the hunchback is absolutely going to move up over here, and we would love to fire again on the commando. That's where our hit odds are. No hits at all. Sad. Imagine if those were pulse lasers. So our hoplite is also going to hop up over here. We've got obstructed LOS here, obstructed by this rock, and we may want to fire on the cyclone because of that. These hit odds aren't great any way we slice it. We're not going to stray shot, so I'm going to fire on the commando. Nothing. Okay. We got to do something about that hoplite. It's not good. So the cyclone moves up and attacks our hunchback and misses the PPC. It does get a laser shot there, and yeah, that's a 10% damage reduction, so that's understood. The Scorpion is going to close in up over here, and let's see what we can fire on. The odds are best on the commando, so we'll take that. PPC hit. I like it. We've had good rolls with the PPC hits here. So our Arctic Fox is also going to close in here. Hit odds are 40% on that commando now. That's starting to crank up. We don't hit that PPC, unfortunately.
Waiting for order.
I'm going to move the hoplite up over here. This isn't in the water, but that's fine. And we're going to continue to fire on that commando. And continue to miss everything. Our hoplite is so bad.
Negative damage.
We need to get a real mech. That'll be useful. We'll have one very soon. Okay, so what are they going to do here? Whoa. Commando running up over here? Okay.
What do you need, Commander?
Well, the Scorpion can position out over this direction where it can hit either of these. And that seems fine. We're out of the water, so heat will be a concern, but we can fire on this cyclone.
Heat be damned, I'm firing everything.
Well, that didn't go well.
Well, I was about to hit that guy, but then the universe decided I shouldn't.
Fair enough. So the cyclone is going to engage us over here. Structure exposure on the Scorpion from that PPC hit.
The armor's all gone and they're hitting the insides, Commander.
Yeah, yes, that is accurate. So we've got ammo SRM in that torso and nothing in our foot, of course. So that's noted. It's not ideal for sure. The Hunchy is going to move up here, and we're going to go for this cyclone. And hit absolutely nothing. Okay. We're struggling here. Okay. So next up, the Scorpion can move in and start meleeing the cyclone, except it can't. Yeah, that's not letting us do that. I don't know what the trigger for not letting us melee the cyclone is, but it's something. It's definitely something. So we're going to position here. We could fire on the cyclone or the commando. If we fired on the commando, what are the odds of stray-shotting the cyclone? Not very high. I'm just going to go for the cyclone. Well, we missed the PPC, but we got a couple of SRM hits anyway. So the cyclone backs off and goes for a Hunchy. It does get a PPC hit there. So that's quite a bit of damage.
I'm showing minor damage.
Actually, it's more than minor damage, I'll be honest. So I'm going to position our hoplite up over here. We're in cover. We have side arc on this cyclone, and hopefully we don't stray shot. That was a decent autocannon shot for once. We'll take it. So the commando moves in and goes for a hoplite, getting a couple of hits there with the SRM. One of these days, we're going to actually start hitting these guys. I'm going to put the Arctic Fox here. 50% hit odds on that commando. Yeah, we take that. That's very solid. So we took out the right torso. Oh, kaboom. That is an engine meltdown on that commando. Now you'll notice we still have the pink blobs. I looked into it a bit more. It looks like this is a known issue right now, and this shader is just broken. No matter whether we're using the new or old effects, unfortunately. So this shader is just broken, and we're just going to have to enjoy the pink blobs, to quote the wiki. So that's just the way it is. We're going to move the Hunchy up over here, and we're going to pot shot the Cyclone. That's at least some internal damage there. We took out the arm on that Cyclone. Okay. So next up, where's that Cyclone going? Also, where are the reinforcements? I'm still assuming we're going to have some of those. It's like a 95% chance that we're going to have reinforcements, right? This is only 3 enemies. I'm going to move the Arctic Fox into the water for heat purposes and then pot shot the Cyclone.
See how you like this.
Not a single hit. Okay.
Oh, come on. This game's rigged.
It is, yes. It's absolutely rigged. You are accurate. Okay, so we're going to move up over to here. Actually, maybe to here. This is still not ideal range for our medium lasers, but we'll fire on the Cyclone. 2 medium laser hits there is starting to get a little bit more painful for them to deal with. Let's move our hoplite up to here and continue to fight, or rather fire, at this Cyclone. Ooh, that's a good autocannon hit. We broke through the armor in some location there. CT. That was a CT hit.
What do you need,
Okay,
Commander?
fantastic. Really, we're better off being in the front arc, aren't we? We can position out over here in the water and light this guy up in the CT now.
Heat be damned, I'm firing at
Or, you know, just completely miss everything. That works too.
Well, I was about to hit that guy, but then the universe just...
Okay, so our Arctic Fox is going to do largely the same thing. I want to hit this guy in the front arc at this point, because we've exposed his armor there.
I have it.
Some internal shots there, but not
What do you need,
too
Commander?
much going on, unfortunately. I'm going to leave our Scorpion exactly where it is. I think we kill this Cyclone before he moves. Endosteel structure destruction on that Cyclone.
That target's
Okay.
having a
And he's
really
now
bad day.
unsteady. And that means that our Hunchy can move in to ideal range for his lasers, and there's no evasive here. We failed our sensor roll, but it's fine. He's still gone. Dropship inbound for landing. Okay, so that was our dropship that was coming in, huh? Like, we're out of here? Yeah, we're out of here. 3 enemies is
Mission
not
successful.
very many enemies. We rolled really badly on hitting them, but 3 enemies is not very many enemies, and it's fine. We didn't take much damage at all, so we'll be able to repair this very, very easily. And the question is, what did we get out of it for salvage? Let's find out. It does take a little bit for the salvage to load up. I've considered cutting out this loading as well. It always seems like I shouldn't, but maybe I should. But there we go. It's really not that bad. So we got 200,000 C-bills. That's not very many C-bills in the grand scheme of things. We can see our repairs are not going to be very significant either. We barely took any internal damage on the Scorpion, and our armor is not in bad shape. So overall, that looks fine. Salvage-wise, we could get some partials. We could get a medium laser. 3 double heat sinks. That's actually pretty okay. There's also this ERPPC here that seems neat, but I'm going to grab these 3 double heat sinks. We can grab that. We can also grab the ERPPC. We can have up to 4, so that looks good. We can grab, say, the advanced optics, and then from there we could grab... We could always use more FCS standards. Sure. What else did we get? We got 2 Cyclone parts, a Vulcan part, AC2, medium laser, a couple of cockpit basics, FCS standards. Yeah, pretty decent stuff. Not a bad haul, considering we need to build up our basics. So, we'll take it. So that all looks good for now, and we're not going to have any new mechs that we need to get going, unlike the last couple of missions. So that all seems good. But the question is, how long is it going to take to repair these? My estimate is 6 days. Let's see how accurate I am. 6 days and 12,000 C-bills. It's been a long time since I've made these estimates. I remember being pretty accurate with them previously, but we'll see how it goes. My guess is 6 days, 12,000 C-bills. Any moment now, Yang. That would be great. There we go. What do we got, Yang? Well, there we go. Okay, I was a little off. It was about double what I expected. Okay, that's fine. We'll get there. No big deal there. So as far as all of this goes, I want to have the Raptor be the top priority, and then we'll just work on it in descending order, kind of like this. So that seems fine, and with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to get these upgrades completed and deploy again. We're going to need to start making some money pretty soon, so that will definitely be a concern. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.